everybody. This is Sarah.
Oh my god, my microphone wasn't even close to my face.
Yeah.
This is Megan.
And a shit show already. And you're listening to It's Always the Husband podcast.
Welcome.
Yes. We're recording or videotape.
We remembered, I look like a big pink blob.
We got the video camera on.
Yeah.
So I look like a purple fat grimace.
So please.
I didn't think of the viewer, and I'm sorry.
No.
And everything's falling.
And I was going to say something about that in today's episode, but I didn't think of it either. I am wearing one of my summer moo-moos because I can't wear pants.
No.
Or anything tight that makes sweat happen.
Oh, mine, no. My pants are like for Paul Bunyan because it can't be tighter on my waist because I sweat so bad.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. We're on the same page. So, how was your last week? Did we do anything together?
We went to Nut Bar's White Trash Above Ground Pool.
Oh yeah, we went to the White Trash WT pool.
I think that's it.
That's it. All right.
I think, yeah.
Pretty boring.
Yeah. Very boring. I just painted my trim on the outside of my house and my door.
Yeah, you did stuff.
I have a ton of yard work to do and still more stuff to do, so it's just whatever.
I was trying to stay off the sauce and starting my exercise routine.
Good for you.
So I figured out that I can exercise if I do absolutely nothing all day. Like, I don't think I can do it if I work. I don't think
so hard.
I can do it if
I returned to my coma after the 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's yes. I was like, how do people do this?
I don't know. People are, I don't know.
Because I need to wake up, and then I have my coffee,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, oh, I can't exercise now because I'm in coffee. And then, like, I did go on a walk
if you did it for
outside
a
this
year,
week. Yeah.
you would build up all of this stuff to be able to, but it's
I guess.
getting to that point.
I just, I did walk outside because it was lovely in Minnesota.
I know.
It was. We've
10 days of nice we're having now. There's only 10,
Yeah.
and we're currently having it, and then it will be done, and then it will be just, everyone will be in a depression again.
Yeah, it's getting hot again.
Yeah.
So that's gonna happen. But I was just gonna check the weather to see what we had in store. Have you looked at it?
It's supposed to be kind of hotter, but not bad.
Oh,
Tomorrow's bad.
Tomorrow's bad.
Yeah.
91.
Yeah.
Then it's like 77, 80.
Yeah,
Okay.
then it's perfect.
Yeah.
We have a new Patreon.
We do?
Yes, someone who went to Patreon. You can find our podcast and support us and listen to episodes just for you. We just have to record our episode, but we have.
We do.
Yeah. Another one. We'll try to get a few. We have to get more for some.
I listened to the podcast on our Patreon.
There's many good ones.
Yeah, the Snapped, I think.
There's that one's good, and then there's another one I'll give to you. It's a.
Okay.
That's really good.
Okay.
But Meredith McCall, and she sent a lovely message with it. She seemed so nice.
She did? Oh.
And she's from Florida, but she apologized.
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
There's a lot of normal people in Florida.
I know. There are some. Yeah.
Yes.
They just get.
They're not loud because they live their life and are normal.
Yeah.
They have jobs and have stuff to do, unlike the people that their only job is just being a loud weirdo.
Yeah. Yep.
Oof. Did you have a glitter and shitter for your week?
I did.
What is it?
So in between workouts, I did not a lot, and so one of the things that I kept myself busy with was I watched the Wham documentary on Netflix.
What did you think?
I mean, there was nothing really, like, what's the word I'm trying to say?
Scandalous?
Yeah, scandalous or revealing in it. It was just, I just love George Michael, right? He's one of my faves.
I know.
So,
I was thinking about it. Is it just like a long music video, or do they tell you
No,
stuff?
they have interviews with both George and Andrew and George's father. And it's just really about like how they got started and how George really was this kid who was really quiet and nerdy, and
Really?
and Andrew, the other, Wham's other guy, was really the most popular. Like, he was like just like super outgoing, and George was always like, how can people like me when Andrew's here?
Nobody even knows who
I
Andrew is
know!
or remembers him.
And
George was the star
Yeah.
of that show day one.
And
That's so weird.
and George definitely had the talent too, but
Yeah.
George would have been nothing without Andrew, which is what I learned from the whole documentary. Like, George had all the talent, but he didn't have the confidence to do it. And with Andrew behind him, like, it's just about like two best friends. It's really lovely. Yeah, like, I ended up really liking both of them. I always did like George Michael, but I really liked both of them in the end. And it showed definitely George's talent. Like, he's a fucking genius. Like, songs would just come into his
like
head.
a Taylor, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, like,
and his singing voice, I think, is the best.
It's the best.
Yeah.
So good.
Just effortless, really.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Lots of talent. But unfortunately, fame and talent.
I still don't understand why he died. 53?
I know. I don't know.
That's like almost our age.
That's shitty. I know.
What? I still don't get it.
Did he have a heart attack, or was it?
No, like myocard.
That's some heart thing.
Yeah. And then fatty liver.
Oh, was he a booze hound?
Or drugs? I don't
Maybe.
know. He never seemed
I think he was a druggie.
like it.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that's my glitter in the shitter. What's
Mine in the summer? I'm a hillbilly at heart and fart.
Yeah.
And I don't like to ever wear shoes or socks or anything. I just go barefoot, and I would just go barefoot everywhere.
Yeah.
Except you have to have shoes, and putting on shoes is just too hard. So I have Sorels that are just wedge mule. It's called the Cameron Wedge Mule. And they, like our platform, but they look super cute and they're super comfortable. You can just slip them on and then it looks like you're put together because your shoes look so cute.
Yeah.
Over just like flip-flops, which are easy too.
That's what
But they just you look a little more polished.
A little more put together.
When you're a slob. Yeah, and I love them. So you can walk anywhere in them and they're super comfortable. So it's the Sorel, it's called the Cameron Wedge Mule. And they come in all sorts of colors. But they're perfect for summer because you just slip them on and go and look a little pulled together. We also have a Facebook group. We had a lot of new people joining this week.
We did. I was excited for that.
We have an Instagram and Twitter too. So we put pictures of the episodes, although I've been a lazy asshole, of like the people, things we make fun of. We do our glitter in the shitter, put links and things like that up. And if you're on Facebook or Instagram, you can see that and follow us and comment and let us know. Or in the Facebook group, let us know what you think of the episode or anything, whatever. And then we like to pick one funny thing from the week that we really liked or that just hit us in that way or spoke to us somehow. I picked Heather, damn it! And she had a video of a cat that's black and white like Randy. I don't know if it was quite a tuxedo, but it was a black and white, and the cat's just walking normal in the video, but then stops and just lets out like a 10-minute screaming loud fart.
I missed
that one. And the man videotaping or video recording just goes, oh dear. I've never heard a cat like rip a huge, long, gross fart. And I died. So I thought I had to pick that one because it's just so weird and hilarious.
I never really did either. Have heard a fart, but okay, of a cat. I didn't see that. I missed that. Anyway, my favorite, I had two. First of all, Jen Center is in fucking Ireland. And
there's some other ones in Ireland too.
Why?
Listeners.
Oh yeah, like Neve, right?
Well, I mean, and people visiting.
Oh, and other people are there, but She took that picture of the toilet, like the do's and don'ts of how
Maybe
to
when you're
sit on the
hammered
toilet.
in Ireland, because sometimes
What?
Ireland's get hammered.
What were some of
They forget.
them doing?
Like, don't put your feet on the lid and squat poop. Don't do that.
I do not understand.
Don't take your poop toilet paper and walk out of the stall and throw it in the garbage.
No.
Don't do that.
And some of them were like
Don't
backwards and upside
Try
down.
to poop from a distance. You're not going to make it.
I don't know. I thought that was really weird.
That's hilarious that it's on the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, directions on how to use a toilet. If you don't know that by now.
And why were there
then
so
you
many
wouldn't be
wrong ways? Yeah, I don't know.
Because maybe it's Ireland, and again, they like to celebrate with the booze.
I guess. I mean, I like it too, but I usually remember how to use the toilet.
Sometimes.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, my other funny one that I loved was Heather Muller or Heather Mueller had the meme of the person who had gone thrifting, and there was the lampshade, and it said, "You a bitch, bitch, bitch." Like some little kid had written.
Kids are the biggest assholes of all. There's
You a
no
bitch,
bigger
bitch, bitch,
dick
bitch,
human being than
bitch.
a kid.
No.
I hope that person bought it. That's the best lampshade decoration ever.
And I could just see, like, what if you just pulled it up? You're like, I didn't know it was there. I'll give this to Goodwill. It looks like it's in great shape. Yeah. And on the back,
it's probably
it
from
says,
a school.
You a bitch,
For
bitch,
sure from
bitch,
a school.
Bitch, bitch.
Oh, no. That is so good. All right. So, we watched A Deadly Affairs.
We did.
Season 2, called School of Deceit.
It was time to bring it back to Susan Lucci.
Yeah. It's
right?
just too good.
Yeah.
And the year was 2007, which again we've just done 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
So to when this episode is published or dropped, as the cools say, 7-Eleven, on Tuesday, it is State Fair Foods Day, National State Fair Food Day.
Oh.
I didn't know there was a food.
Our state fair isn't for a long time.
So I have a list of just fucked state fair foods.
Okay, this will be good, right?
I mean, not good. This is Arizona appears to be the most fucked. So if you've been to the Arizona State Fair, you maybe have seen some of this horse shit, deep fried horse shit.
It's more fucked than Florida, huh?
Oh my, yes.
Okay.
Arizona has deep fried scorpion. There can't be a lot of meat on a scorpion. What are you eating? Just the vein and the claw?
Isn't that what
And they have
the
venom.
drunk guy
Yeah, that drunk dick
on
our
the
cruise
ate and then he killed his wife?
Arizona also has a mealworm covered caramel apple.
No.
Caramel caramel apple.
No!
So mealworms all covering the apple and then dip it in caramel.
I refuse.
Why? Why would you put the worm covered in worms?
Absolutely.
And then
not.
with a sweet? I don't understand why the worms are in there. And then, did you have in for fourth grade where you had to like take care of a mealworm in your desk for a week?
Just when you said mealworms, I was like, what did I do in elementary school where we had mealworms?
We had to we got a mealworm in a Kleenex box or box, and you had to take care of it and feed it for like a week, and it was in your desk, a worm in your desk.
But why?
And you had to journal about it and name it, and I don't know.
Did it turn into a fly?
I don't know.
How annoying!
A fly is a maggot. I don't know.
Oh, that's a
mealworm does.
What does a mealworm turn into?
I remember my sister named hers Mr. Buttocks.
Yes.
But we had to keep a worm in our desk. Why? I don't remember what for, but we had to give it like food and put it in like some sort of weird.
It seems
hamster gerbil.
You can
stuff.
buy a lot of them at Chewy.com.
Well, I feel like you can feed them to birds and maybe fish with them.
Oh,
I don't know.
Mealworms. What are they?
Now, if that isn't fucked enough, Arizona, these dicks have a maggot melt sandwich where they just have white bread bun and put a gross cheese, and then they put live maggots in it and squish it together and say that's a sandwich.
No.
Who eats that? Who's eating that goddamn shit. Maggot. I'll take the maggot melt. What kind of an asshole waits in line
No.
for a maggot melt?
No.
Where you have a goddamn bun with gross cheese melted on it and maggots in there? Just go eat out of your garbage.
Yeah, right. I have
What are you
a shit ton
doing?
of them in my garbage right now.
And then paying $12, I bet. Who is buying this and purchasing it?
They can't be big sellers, right?
No.
I just found out that mealworms are the larva of a darkling beetle.
Ugh. Why did we take care of these as children?
They're... Ugh.
All right, Minnesota has some fucked ones too, of course. We have spam curds, which is that shitty spam fried up.
Yeah.
We have...
It still doesn't seem as bad as mealworms.
No, Arizona's the worst. We have deep fried pig ear, and that's gross. A dog should eat that, not a human.
Dude, humans
Why are you
eat
eating
those?
a pig ear? People must get it. Why are you getting the pig ear and not the pizza or a potato
Or like
or
corn on the cob.
You're gonna
Yeah.
get the pig ear? What's wrong with
Well,
you?
no, I'm
Why
not.
don't you get a ham?
I get the Euro every time.
We also have a peanut butter and jelly, like malt. That sounds so gross to me.
Well, peanut butter is bleh to
Well,
me,
peanut butter and
but
jelly malt.
Nope.
Some other fucked ones are just deep fried butter. Come on, just try harder a little bit. If you're just gonna eat a deep fried butter,
drink it?
It's like a ball. They just take butter and deep fry it in a ball, and it's a huge like tennis ball size, and you just eat the ball of butter that's deep fried. Why don't you just cut off your balls and just give yourself a heart attack?
That's gross.
Deep fried beer in Texas. I might try that.
But how do they do it
They
again?
put the beer in a little ravioli pocket and deep fry it, and then you bite into it. I don't know. Just drink the beer, I
God,
guess.
you burn your fucking mouth off.
Delaware has scrapple, where they just take all the leftover pork, squish it together in a loaf, and serve it. Oh, come on. That sounds like so gross. I want to just puke right now. That's so disgusting. I take the scrapple and I take the maggot melt. I only have 12 hours to live, so this might speed it up a bit.
This is exactly what I want for my last meal.
Utah has deep fried Jello. That seems weird, maybe.
Really,
Alaska has reindeer hot dogs made out of real reindeer.
yeah.
But aren't the reindeer? Don't you want to not kill the reindeer?
I mean, I don't want to, but
Oklahoma has bacon wrapped caramel apples. Ish. Ish.
I wonder if that might be good because brown sugar on
I don't know.
bacon.
Chocolate covered
That's good.
bacon at another place. I can't do that. Then this one made me like Iowa, but so already fucked. Has shrimp corn dog. Oh, I couldn't even smell it. If I even smelled that shit, I would
You
die.
hate shrimp.
A
That's
shrimp
why.
corn dog. Oh, just a hot, gross. Oh, jeez.
It sounds delicious to
Mm-mm.
me.
And then this is gross from Virginia. A Krispy Kreme sloppy Joe, where it's a sloppy Joe with a Krispy Kreme for the bun. Why do Americans eat this? Why do we eat it?
I don't know. I think
The whole world looks at us and just points and
try
says,
things?
clown.
I don't know.
Clown. Those are clown
Yeah.
people.
We should see if our listeners from overseas have weird shit
Well, I'm sure
at fairs that they
all
eat.
sorts of Europeans eat like snake butthole and blood pudding. So I mean,
Well,
I
yeah,
guess they
blood
can't
pudding
talk.
or like mutton. but-
We're not going to eat the good parts of the pig either. We're going to eat the eyeball and the anus. And we're going to put that jelly on the anus.
Mhm.
And then Minnesota has comet corn, where it's popcorn dipped in light liquid nitrogen. Are you supposed to eat liquid nitrogen?
What?
And then you put it-
Popcorn in
Popcorn's
liquid.
dipped in liquid nitrogen, so it's all frozen, solid, ice cold frozen, and then you eat it and your breath, you have like your breath comes out all cold.
Dear
and
God, that's the last
I
thing
feel like
I
you
need.
shouldn't have liquid, I mean, you're supposed to have nitrogen, but liquid I don't know. Fucked.
I
all of
still
these
take
foods-
my daily medications of heartburn
Oh.
things, so I don't think that would be.
These smells and these foods, I just would be
Described.
vomiting right on my my whole shirt and pants would be puke.
I really cannot believe you hate shrimp that much.
Oh,
I love it.
Ish.
No,
I can't do it.
Excuse me.
No.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so we'll get to our show.
You a bitch.
You a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna. So this is A Deadly Affair. So it's hosted by the one and only Susan Lucci.
Yeah.
And there are 2 stories per episode. So this is the first one we're taking a look at here. We're gonna go all the way back to 1990, and we're gonna go to West Virginia University.
Mm-hmm.
Does West Virginia have a university? Is that a real place? They have a college?
They do.
I see. At West Virginia University.
They're the Mountaineers.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, well.
Mm-hmm.
Jocelyn Branham. We see her in a reenactment, and she's clearly a 45-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Reenacted as a 19-year-old gal.
Yeah.
And she's wearing like a lovely old lady, kind of a school marm outfit.
And she's putting on the reddest lipstick ever.
The makeup they did on this girl was so horrific.
And
she looked like Ronald McDonald.
They were saying, like, look at her. She's the coolest
BWOC,
girl.
the B-Walk. She's the big woman on campus.
And then she, like, smeared lipstick, like, when...
she looked like the Joker made out with Ronald McDonald. And the makeup all smeared into one.
I was going to say, what's the guy, Steve Buscemi and Billy Madison puts the lipstick on. So people do kill when he crosses Billy Madison off.
Their makeup lady was Mary Ingalls.
No one even puts makeup on at college, too. No. Like, what?
I was BWOC, but big woman on campus, meaning the fat ass, always wearing shitty outfits. No one ever. If you dressed up, people go, where do you think you're going?
Like, do you have to go to a funeral after class? That's what they would say.
Why are you trying to be all cool?
You just wear sweatshirts and sweatpants.
We're hungover and stink.
Yes, you never washed your hair.
Oh.
How do people actually, now that I think of it, how do you find a husband or a wife in college?
You don't.
But some people do.
I guess, but I don't think.
God, we look horrendous for all 4 years.
But her, I think the real Jocelyn was actually quite lovely.
Did you look at her?
I didn't, actually. And she was very athletic.
Yeah.
I think she played basketball, so she was really smart and very athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty popular, pretty put together. But she meets on campus somehow, but I guess she had Mary Ingalls doing her makeup as she was going to class.
Yeah.
And she meets Wesley Ernest, and he is described as tall, dark, and handsome. Now, they did show pictures and video of him. If you want to take out the words tall, dark, and handsome and replace big, shitty piece of shit. But maybe in college he looked together.
And they said
he could be passable.
He was the big man on campus, but he was not in looks.
I think the time, maybe he might have been.
If he was the big man on campus, that campus was full of fucking nerds!
Well, it was West Virginia. Sorry, West Virginia.
There's some look to him that
No, he looked like he liked to look at the sun a lot. You know, like, just really liked to go outside and just stare into the sun. That's what he looked like.
It's like the top of his head was small and pointed.
He was a cone head without the cone. He said, I don't need a pencil, I just write with the tap of my head. Do you need a hole punch for your paper to put it in your trapper keeper?
Bonk.
Just stick it into the tap of my head. Oh, I'm sorry, Wesley. Anyway,
I'm not. That guy's.
These two were pretty smart, so they were in a nerdy calculus class. I took calculus in college, and I couldn't even for 1 second.
Never.
That class just took every bit of confidence I had about any kind of brains I might have had and just threw it into the Irish shitter and shit it down.
Yeah.
And then my calculus professor, if Drew is listening, he knows because he had him. My calculus professor would come to class in very tight clothes.
Oh, no.
And he would wear a shirt that was unbuttoned, like to his belly button.
Why?
Had a very hairy chest.
But why?
I don't know. I think he just thought it was a good look.
Oh.
He was from New York, and he would say, "Why not?" I remember that. That's all I remember. Jocelyn, again, being a basketball player, she thought, she kind of liked Wesley. Wesley kind of liked her. They were flirting in class, maybe like, I'll take you now. Can I take a look at your calculator, your TI-85? And she said, I'll do a one-on-one basketball game against you, and we'll see who's better. And it said that Jocelyn just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Like she won. In the reenactment,
Thank God.
They're playing a very sexy basketball, and they end up kissing and porking on the basketball court.
I mean, this was inappropriate.
Yeah.
This would never really happen. And also, he was playing basketball without his shirt on in the gym, like, trying to be sexy.
But the reenactor could wear no shirt. He was good looking.
I was just going to say this.
He looked great without a shirt.
When we think of the viewer,
they did it right.
Picked a great guy.
And she was the reenactor girl was good looking. Yeah. And when she didn't have the makeup on.
Right.
She looked great.
Right.
So they start hanging out, being friends. A little bit of a romantic relationship starts. They do the porking on the basketball court, and bing, bang, boom, we get to they're married, and they move to Virginia. The reenactment, we have them buying a house in Virginia, and Wesley is carrying Jocelyn up the stairs, and she is holding, like when you go to Home Depot or Menards, and you buy like a for sale tiny 8x11.
Yeah.
She's holding that in her hand as they're going up the stairs. Nobody sells their house with just a 8x11 for sale from Menards.
No.
And you don't carry it in your hand.
And then she's like, "Whoop-de-doo."
But I guess they wanted to show the viewer they sold the house.
That's like what you put in your lawn if you're trying to like sell a table and chairs or something.
Or you have a garage sale.
Yeah.
So, but they wanted the viewer to say, "Oh, they just bought the house," and he's carrying her over the threshold. That's romantic. They are living in the Lynchburg area, so I don't think that's by the coast. It's kind of in the middle, maybe. It seems real nice.
Yeah.
Now, Wesley at first is a teacher, and then this Dick becomes an assistant principal.
Right.
Which I'll get onto more later.
Yes.
Jocelyn has a pretty great financial type job. Pretty smart doing banking stuff. We hear only about Jocelyn's family this one time, where we hear that Jocelyn's sister thinks Wesley is a monster douchebag, pretty much. And she didn't like him from the start.
Right.
She thinks he's always trying to act better than he is, or put on a show that he's really important, and he never seems satisfied with what he has. He always wants something bigger or better or more.
And we're not saying that assistant principals are shitty or whatever. I have loved many of my assistant principals, but I also want people to know that principals don't make a lot of money.
That's what I was going to say. If he wanted more money and to showcase his money, why did you become a teacher then, you dumb bastard?
No.
If you sign up to be a teacher, you know you're going to be poor as shit.
Do they make more than teachers? Yes.
But not
that much.
No, and you also have to do the job of the principal, because the principal's probably a lazy son of a bitch. It gives the assistant principal all the jobs they don't want to do and more. And then if you don't have a dean, because you have a dick school board and superintendent, your assistant principal also has to be the dean. So they're doing 3 jobs.
Yeah.
It's better than a classroom teacher. But you're exhausted.
Yes.
And the last thing you want to do is like be this kind of a dick and act all hot and cool. You just go
No.
home and have diarrhea.
But he was like, I'm so rich.
No, you're not. You're rich because Jocelyn was rich.
Yeah.
And she had a
You're
good
not
job.
Rich
The
at
money
all.
was clearly from her. He kept buying her jewelry or buying good clothes for himself because he wanted to look rich in appearance as well. And Jocelyn was said to be very practical, financially responsible, kind of down to earth, on the ball. And there's a reenactment of him giving her like a pearl necklace, an actual pearl necklace. And she's like, oh, great. What am I supposed to do with this fucking jewelry? You know, like, why are you spending this money? Let's pay our bills. I guess there is in Virginia a lake called Smith Mountain Lake. And it looks very beautiful.
Lovely.
Looks like a gorgeous area. And this, I guess, is like a high status place to live. Like we have Lake Minnetonka. If you live on Lake Minnetonka, you're probably a richy rich. 2 acres of land was available, and Wesley wanted to buy it and build like an A-frame cabin. He had to work it out with Jocelyn a bit because she was like, we already have this house. You want to buy another house, but pay for both while we build another house on this land on a super expensive lake. He got her to work it out to where it could be feasible somewhat financially for them. And so they go for it, even though money-wise Jocelyn felt it was still pretty risky. They show a reenactment of Wesley, and he's hammering something stupid, but then he has his shirt off. And I said, I wrote, that's not bad.
Yeah. I took a picture
and
of it.
And he's in
Sorry.
jeans, which I feel like he just would be in shorts, or, you know, I don't know, maybe people do that in jeans.
Maybe, I don't know.
But he starts spending more and more, and you realize when you're building a house, you have to go to Home Depot or Menards 400 times a day, and it just costs $1 million for every little thing. And so Jocelyn is realizing he is spending all this money on this new house, and he's spending more and more time at this new house. She's at the old house all by herself quite a bit. And I wrote, why is that bad? She's just home alone. That sounds great.
I know.
Yeah.
Why was she sad about it?
I don't know. She probably wanted her husband around.
Ugh.
The debt starts piling up. She's getting a little nervous that they're getting in way over their head because Wesley doesn't even seem to care about that at all. We get to, they said, like the mid-early 2000s, and the earnest marriage is struggling. Wesley is seen at the lake house, again, topless in jeans.
He's
shopping
he's
some
never,
sort of wood.
He's kind of Phil.
Yes, never wearing a shirt.
Never wearing a shirt.
And this lady we never see again is in a bikini, and she looks to be in their yard on a shitty 70s lawn chair, and she's like blowing air kisses at him and winking, and he's like winking back. So we're getting...
But that was a red herring because it had nothing to do with
it.
it.
We never see her again.
She never.
But it maybe gives us that he's kind of flirting with other gals.
Yep.
Then we see Wesley at home with Jocelyn, and Jocelyn again is doing either her work or all sorts of work or paying bills. She has a whole bunch of work at the table, and Wesley comes in and starts like grabbing her tits, as men do. When you have something important that you have to get done, that's when your husband or boyfriend or spouse, whatever, comes in and starts grabbing at your wang or your tits and trying something, and you have to say, good God, I just have to get this done, and then your spouse thinks you're an asshole because they picked the wrong time. So she's like, has to get something done, and he's grabbing at her tits, and she says, Jesus Christ, stop.
We've all said this.
Yes. Please stop right now. I just have to get this done.
I felt seen.
Yeah. Please leave me alone for 1 second. Find a more appropriate time.
Now
when
is
I'm
not
exhausted. Not when I just came home from work and I have my hands full of groceries and a bunch of stuff. Stop honking boobs. Or I have hot from the oven. Immediately from the oven. Don't start grabbing at my butthole and anus. I'm going to drop it on the floor.
That's never the way to get us in the sack.
But then if you
Grab
say, please
honking
stop.
a
No,
tit.
honking, it doesn't work.
Does not make us horny.
No.
It makes us angry.
Yeah.
And I would like...
Or when it's done at Target.
Every man who listens.
Store.
Every man who listens needs to know that.
No.
Try
No.
giving us a kiss on the head and starting to rub our shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Try bringing us a glass of wine.
Right.
And saying,
I
hey,
cooked
what's
dinner.
going on? Yeah. Try just taking the kids away and just saying, I'll be back for you later.
Mm-hmm.
Try those things. Do not honk our
No.
tits.
No. 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 And then go honka-dong.
Yeah, no.
That's what Jamie does. Honka-dong.
No.
Honka-dong.
No.
Honka-dong.
No.
So you feel like you're actually a
Nope.
Model T4.
Right? No.
So Jocelyn just says, go get fucked,
Ugh.
dick. And then Wesley says that she told him, go find it somewhere else. And she's clearly just being angry and yelling at him, but Wesley said he took it to heart, and he did. You're such a dumbass.
Yeah.
So Wesley then is seen meeting, as they describe it in the show, buxom Bible thumper LaTanya Tidings.
Mm-hmm.
If you're described as a buxom Bible thumper and you're at church picking up dudes that are married, you need to work on your Bible thumping.
You do.
So they show LaTanya, of course,
So-
in the sexy...
LaTanya, that's also a false name.
Oh,
Her
she
real
shouldn't.
name is Shamika Wright.
Did she have... Well, we'll get to it.
She was lovely.
Yeah. She was. She was a
In-
very lovely girl.
She was lovely in the show
Yes.
and lovely in real life.
Now, in the reenactment, they show her holding a Bible, and the wind is blowing her hair like Beyonce.
Always.
And she's winking and stuff. And then they show them at a picnic where they are looking at the Bible, and then it looks like they begin to pork. So clearly she knows, though, he's married and isn't committing adultery, a no-no in the Bible that she's holding.
It would be one of the 10 Commandments.
So
yes.
she doesn't give two shits. I don't get it then. But you're holding the Bible in that with one hand and giving a handy with the other to a married man, and nothing crosses your mind. Oh,
I mean, that's your big beef with religion, right?
yes. That's
Everyone's big beef.
Yeah. It's the people that follow it.
Yeah.
The dicks.
Yeah.
Again, he is just an assistant principal, but doing the job of probably 3 people. Where does he have time for all this porking and energy?
I don't know.
No, LaTanya gets so involved with Wesley that she actually starts planning a life and marriage with
Yeah.
him, but he's not even divorced. I think he's telling her, as they all do, he's getting divorced.
Again, I still can't get over his pinhead. Like, why him?
I don't
Shamika
know.
slash
She can do better.
LaTanya? You
She
can
way
do better.
I don't know.
There has to be someone more good looking at church than a pinhead.
Oh, I hope so. Jocelyn, though, is at work, and she has a coworker named Kaya McCall.
Mm-hmm.
And this,
She had a different name too in real life.
well, and this actress had a very significant mustache. Significant. To where she did look like Wilford Brimley. So Kaya, aka Wilfred Diabetes, Brinkley.
Double mustache
Yeah.
wedding. God, I wish I remembered those people's
I know.
names.
She is befriending Jocelyn in these troubled times.
Mhm.
And Jocelyn is befriending her because she is also having some trouble in her marriage. And the two go to a work Christmas party together, and they're just work besties. And at the Christmas party, after getting a bit hammed, they make out a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day at work, or whenever they come back, if they have a Christmas break or whenever it is, Jocelyn comes back and just says, oh my gosh, I like you, but I think I just want to give my marriage one more shot.
Yeah.
And Kaya says, okay, I'm here for you, whatever. And so Jocelyn decides to go home and just see if there's anything left in her marriage to Wesley. And immediately we see a reenactment of them fighting, and he's screaming at her, I pay the mortgage. And I want to be like, no, you don't.
No.
There's no way you pay a mortgage on 2 houses. you
No.
dumbass.
No, I cannot figure this out.
No. And she's looking at him like, and they're fighting, and she's just looking
Yeah.
at him like, oh, he sucks.
Yeah.
And she knows something's up with him because he's just
Mhm.
acting like a dick.
Mhm.
So that weekend, he says he's going to go work on the lake house. She decides to tell him, I'm going to stay back here, but she doesn't. She drives up to the lake house and sneaks in to see what this dick is doing.
Mhm.
And of course, she catches LaTanya and Wesley in bed porking. And she comes in and says, I am done.
Yeah.
And
You're going down.
Yeah, and files for divorce right away. She says, you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Wesley then, as she's filing for divorce, he moves and gets a new job on the coast of Virginia, which is about 4 hours away.
Yeah.
LaTanya decides to stay in town, and he says he's going to come visit her on the weekends.
Mm-hmm. So
Drive
they're either
4
going to
hours,
meet up
yeah.
at the lake house, or he's going to go to her house. So
Yeah, and this part I didn't understand, because it said Jocelyn is fighting for the lake house, but then in the reenactment, they show her putting it up for sale.
Yeah.
So did she get it and sell it?
I don't think
I
so.
didn't get it.
In outside information, I'll tell you, it's really this Deadly Affair. I mean, you only get 15 minutes of Deadly Affairs, so there's some parts that were missing. But I believe that it was not sold.
Okay.
But maybe it was for sale. I don't know.
And she decides to start up things with Kaya. So they start a relationship. Kaya, though, at work one day notices Jocelyn isn't coming into work, and she gets worried about her and goes to her house. And this is December 20th, 2007. Jocelyn walks inside the house and sees, Kaya has a key.
Yes.
Goes inside the house and sees Jocelyn dead on her back in a pool of blood in the living room. And so she calls 911, and the police come and they find a suicide note that is typed. I feel like you don't type out a suicide note and then look for paper. Where's the goddamn paper? And then you go to your printer and you put it in.
My printer's not working.
You don't have fucking ink.
Yeah.
You gotta hook it up to the Wi-Fi again. I guess it didn't. And then you gotta hook it all up and then print it out on the paper and then you lay it down next to you.
No, that's problematic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And did she lay it on? You would lay it on the floor and then shoot yourself and fall to the floor?
Yeah.
I mean, it does.
What if you fell on the note and then it was
it's all bloody.
destroyed?
Yeah. Investigators go in and find the scene confusing immediately. First off, she was shot in the very back of her head, which most people don't, die by suicide with a shot into the back of their head.
It's like the guy didn't even try.
No.
Okay.
Her body, they could see, had clearly been moved, and they know she obviously didn't do that to herself, move around, because the shot she had was instantly fatal, they felt. There was no forced entry, and there were condoms all over the house, bedroom, bathroom, everywhere. Like, just in the wrapping.
Which is so stupid.
And which is weird because she was in a relationship with a woman, and they wouldn't be needed.
No. But he had no idea.
No
one had
business
any idea.
To herself. Police talk to Kaya because she found the body. They bring her in and interview her. She's reluctant to give up her phone, and they start kind of getting, in the show too, kind of says, did she do it? Why is she reluctant to give up the phone? But they explain that, this probably was a secret. She might not have been out.
And she was married to a man, too.
And
Kaya was.
And she maybe had not told or been separated or told her family anything about this. And now she's thinking, is this going to blow up everywhere? And it's in the South, and maybe she's nervous. But they rule her out pretty much immediately. She had nothing to do with this. She loved Jocelyn and was grieving, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But Kaya does tell the police that Jocelyn told her, if I end up dead, Wesley did it.
Yeah.
Police are like, duh, probably. Wesley, they bring in, and he goes, I was nowhere near her area at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Police are noticing, though, a bunch of inconsistencies in his story, and he has huge motive. Financial motive, the lake house, romantic because of LaTanya, and that dumbass Pinhead had his fingerprints all over the suicide note. All over it.
Yes!
What a dumbass!
You couldn't be a dumber murderer.
No, just the dumbest of all dumbasses.
There was, the gun was clean, everything else was clean, but he fucking just went, and put the
It's
Suicide
idiot.
note down.
Idiot. And they show a real mug shot of him, and he is very creepy and unfortunate looking at this point.
Correct.
Jocelyn as well kept journals where she just documented her horrible marriage.
Again with the journals.
I know, I don't
Who is keeping a journal?
I just, and I did nothing today except just sit and hate life.
Yeah.
So I write that again, ditto, and just have an arrow, ditto,
In
ditto,
12
ditto.
hours, I
Yeah.
managed to do one 20-minute workout.
Yeah.
That's all.
I know. What they think happened is Wesley went to the home at night, shoots her, puts the note, puts condoms all over the house. Idiot.
Yeah.
His prints are everywhere on the note, and leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it took 2 trials, I guess, but eventually he was found guilty. He got a life sentence plus 3 years. Here's where we see a real video of Wesley leaving the jail, and I wrote, he looks like Frankenstein in Paul Bunyan's suit.
Yeah.
And the suit is a poop diarrhea green.
It's like he was wearing Shaquille O'Neal's
Yes.
suit. Why
I
was
don't
it
know.
so big?
I don't know. He's an idiot.
I don't know either. So in outside of this was actually a 48 hours too. So I just like looked up some stuff on the 48 hours website. So like Jocelyn and Wesley were their actual real names, obviously. Latania's real name was Shamika Wright, and then Kaya's real name is Marcy Shepard, and that's all like in the news, like releases
Yes.
and whatever. But on the 48 Hours website. But so Wesley is arrested, and he is like out on bail or whatever. And in that time, the lake house went up in flames.
Oh,
So
weird.
he's out awaiting trial, and the whole house burns down. And so now they're thinking, okay, well, he can get insurance money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his wife is dead, and he still keeps the land. So this shitty lake house that he has been trying to like fix up for 900 years is just like
It's
this is
gone.
a
Now he can
perfect
get all this money for his defense.
plus life insurance money on his wife. So luckily, he was
Ugh.
found guilty.
He's dumb.
But yes, so that was something they just kind of didn't talk about. But that's what makes me think the house was not sold.
Okay.
Because
he burned it down.
that happened. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Idiot.
Total idiot.
Oh. This poor
You a
woman.
bitch.
He was. Moron.
Yeah. So luckily the pinhead's in jail, and
Good.
we are sorry. I also read that Latanya/Shamika broke up with him.
Good.
I mean,
She was.
what kind of a life is that? Your
But she
boyfriend's
wasn't
in
thinking
jail
either.
for a lifetime plus 3 years.
Yes.
Like Shamika.
Move on.
Yeah. Luckily she did.
Good.
Okay.
And find someone not
Right.
married.
If you haven't read our book, we've had a lot of our book club. Some people were like, "How do I get in the book club?" Like, honey, it's
You just show up on the
You're
Zoom.
just
That's
there.
it.
Yeah,
There's no form.
It is not exclusive.
No.
If you read the book, sometimes if you don't read the book, you just come to the
just come.
Zoom,
Yeah.
which we post on our Facebook group page, and then you just hang out with us, and everyone just brings their own glass of wine to the computer, and we
That's
talk
it.
about the book. So this week this month, is The Perfect Lie by Joe Spain. We have both finished it. We loved it.
Mhm.
Everybody else is kind of talking about it too.
Yeah.
So I think our friend Amanda found out it was 99 cents on Kindle.
Yeah.
So if you have that, it's also on Audible.
Or if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free.
It's free. Okay. So try to read that before our next. It's like in 2 weeks we're gonna meet.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fun. And what else do we have? Check out our Instagram.
Yeah.
Look at our link tree. That's for if you would
buy
like
stuff
to
on Amazon.
support
that we do
us.
our
Oh
glitter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Our glitter in the shitter. We have an Amazon storefront that we don't know how.
Well, there's a link
Put
to it, but I
things on.
don't. Well, yeah, it's
Do
very
you?
hard.
It's hard being an
We have a list,
influencer.
yeah. Already,
There's some stuff there, but I don't know how to put any more on, and we're sorry about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, write us a review or rate us. Share us with your friends.
Yes.
Thank you for listening.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.